Thanks for joining us. You're with Chris at Car Cave in Aiken, South Carolina. We're doing some Friday night filming. Sun's going down. Boys are still back in the shop. You can hear them going off. It's like 7 o'clock. Yeah, we still getting it done over here. So thanks for tuning in. Phone number is 803-262-4742. Web address is carcaveusa.com. If you need financing, reach out. We have a variety of lenders that we do work with, so we can point you in the right direction. Go ahead and ask that question before they run your credit. You know, we can get you some rates and put you in touch with the right people. So make that call, shoot us an email, DM, however you want to. What we're doing here today, which I know well, it's a 94 Toyota Land Cruiser KZJ73. So that was a 3-year only European model. It is without the EGR valve, and it's a mechanical injection pump. Now, why that is important is it keeps the EGTs down and you can tune it a lot easier. So the mechanical injection pumps are sought after. They are kind of what people want to go for when they're looking for one of these. Not kind of, it is. So there's a lot of different reasons. The mechanical, you're not relying on ECU, so it's easy to tune. If they're in Australia and they want to tune a 1KZ, they're actually looking for this injection pump. So on top of that, without the exhaust gases getting recycled, you can keep the temps down, which a diesel, that is very important. So helps keep the temps down, helps keep it running cool. All around, they're solid motors. They're peppy, they have good power. Mated with the 5-speed, you can run interstate. This one does have, you can see some imperfections in it. It was also repainted before we bought it. So paintwork is, good driver quality. It's not a show car or anything. It's not, immaculate. Say, hey, this is the best paint ever, but it is all around in good condition. It's a light beige metallic is the factory color. I think 4K1. Is made of 5-speed, has a limited slip rear end. You don't have the fender flares on here, so you don't have to worry about knocking it off and mud getting packed in them. You do have a brand new set of Kenda, I don't know how to pronounce it because I haven't ran these tires before, Clever MTs. The front hubs have been switched over to an AVM manual hub. This is normally a push button car. They've been converted just so, this is one of the areas I'm showing because usually these like to rust around here. And these are susceptible to rust, so you have to be careful buying them. We buy the ones that show up in the market that are clean. And we bought this one because usually we're transacting them about, our average is 45. This one we put a good price point on because it's not perfect, but it's a good straight, good driving car. It just went up to Windrock. So they did a 13 hours round trip of driving and tore it up there, did some light trails with it. Performs really well. All around solid vehicle, so put new tires on it. You do have the rear tubular bumper and the trailer ball. Now what's different is with the European lights are usually down here in the bumper, and then up here you have dummy lights. They've converted and rewired it where these are actual functional lights. So everyone says, what do you mean dummy? They're just faux lights, and they'll have a fog light in it, which is European style. Then the actual lights down low because the lights had to be low for European tech control. So it has been converted. We are offering a allowance for the front bumper. We can order you the bumperettes or $200 towards a bumper that you want to choose, or just knock some off. So that'd be up to you. I didn't want to order them and someone just orders an off-road bumper. Finding that stuff, it's kind of a waste of time if someone's just going to slam a bumper on. There are bumpers available. So I said it's in good condition. But there are, the carpets have some dirt in them. You have a tear in the seat here. You do have tilt wheel, push button hub locks disabled, but push button 4-wheel drive. You have a rear wiper, rear defrost, the altimeter, gas pop here, hood pop. We did do some good maintenance to it. It has about 110,000 miles, 183,000 kilometers. Tape player, not going to guarantee that it works. You have a CB. Those sort of things we don't warranty because we didn't install them. They older electronics and not factory stuff. But your tilt and altimeter. Looks like this one needs to be adjusted. So you can actually make adjustments here. They're just like aeronautical gauges if they need a rebuild. They're not overly complicated. You can tell our short photographer was in here because the seat's pretty far forward. You do have the tack. So you have your glow plug light. Same preheat is off. It spools nicely. You can actually hear it spool. When he photographed it earlier today, you could hear it come in the building. And I said, what is that? What is that nice sound spooling coming in? You can feel it being receptive. Like I said, they just took it up to Windrock. And that was 13 hours. One of them was pulling a camper round trip and 4Runner. Power locks do not work. I know I tested that. Windows do work. So one up, one down. And you do have to worry about rust down here near the windshield frame. You can see that it is clean. There are 2 little holes there in the dash. There used to be an air locker installed in this thing, but it's no longer found here. You just have heat and then ambient air temp. There's not AC. There's European AC, which it blows air on you. Parking brake, you have a middle console. I did miss my ride up, which I'll go fix, and you'll never see it, but these are suspension seats up front. So you can adjust here, and depending on your weight class, if you're under 220 pounds, then you'll get some little spring action. You do have an idle control. Looks like the headliner is in good shape, and the top is removable. So you have a full roll cage in here, 3-point seat belts in the back. I have 5 kids, so these things are excellent for car seats with a 3-point in the back. So you take off this here, underneath. There's some upper inside the panels here. You can pop the top off. Rear seat's in better condition than the front one up here. There are, listen to my language on Friday night, there are some of these seats available. We've been trying to track one down to order it. It's not included, but we're on the hunt for one. A lot of times you can buy a passenger seat out of a Japanese-spec vehicle, and it would work perfect. So my guys have been trying to hunt one because we get these regularly, so we can come up with something. The back, they did remove the carpet. You do have a full-size spare tire carrier, so a little bit more utilitarian approach back here. You have sliding rear windows in the back. Like I said, the top does come off. One of the things you do need to be aware of, they have this little thing on the dash where the light stays on if the door is open. It will drain and kill the battery. So that is the one drawback. It is rear defrost, rear wiper. It looks like when they did the paint work, someone got overzealous with their sprayer. And you can actually see it on the frame down here. They didn't cover anything. We didn't go in and try and black it all out, just that way when we got it. If you get it and it bothers you, you can go ahead and do it, but it's one of those that they resprayed it, and you can see the frame down here. Undercarriage is in good shape, so we can get it up on the lift if you want to see it. Get this open. You do have the ARB compressor. You have the dual batteries. You can see this one's a little bit undersized, and it is from Mercedes, but it does start it off. These will start on one battery. You don't necessarily need the 2. These are the batteries that came in it. You have the ARB compressor, which it didn't kick on. I'll have to check with the guys to see if they shook it down and see if it's functional or not. Airlines wouldn't be hooked up because it's for meaning that are serviceable for you, but I hit the switch and I don't know if there's a fuse in it or not. So if you have a question about that, it's functionality, ask us. Here we go. Shows you different option codes of 4K1, FA10 interior, G975 axle, and R150F transmission. Engine bay is pretty tidy and clean. I think on our maintenance, sorry, let me get that cleared up. Adjusted the valves, did the valve cover gasket. It does still have some oil leaks. They didn't add any fluid on their whole road trip and going out 4-wheeling, so. And there's your chassis code down here that matches. So all in all, it's solid. We priced it price point to move. We do enough of these to know where the prices are and where the market is. And it's not an LJ, it's not an RJ, it's not a BJ. Those aren't comparable. It is a KZJ73. It's a better motor than the LJ that they're putting out back in the day. So, and you gotta watch for rust along here. So we do get calls and people say, hey, this one's available, but it's not the same Land Cruiser. This is, in my opinion, its own category. It rides a lot better, it's smooth, has good power response, it goes down the road great. I road trip these regularly. I like the coil springs, I like the lightweight chassis. Talked to some Land Cruiser guys have been importing and doing these for a while. You will get the same feedback. You know, that actually know these cars and own them. Like I said, you want to see more, you have more questions, call us. We're receptive, we're transparent, we will tell you what we know. You know, I'd rather than give opinions about undercarriage, do more video and more media to show you. You know, I think the last one I did, I took 65 HD pictures, so we want you to know what you're getting, what's getting delivered. Mechanically, it's great. Like I said, it does have some leaks. It's a 31-year-old diesel, so bound to happen. But there it is, KZJ73, one of my favorite 70 series. If you made it this long, see the other cool stuff we have around here, and also reach out about some free merch. If you made it that long, some t-shirts, hats, something like that, we'll hook you up for listening to me for over 11 minutes. And we're doing another one in the corner that's a full cabrio with 1KZ-T swap. We got this FJ40 with 1FZ 5-speed, an Alpha, an FCJ75, Mini GP, an RS2000, a Fulvia, a Lewis Cortina, some Integrales, some Lancias, some Defenders, and something back in a video, a little crew cab Yoda. I don't know how that got snuck in. A-Bar 595, Renault 5 GT Turbo, another Integrale, beautiful 3100. We got a nice Defender. Doing a motor swap, excuse me, on one here. A TD5 Discovery. Sorry, it's Friday night. Billy's banging on his 4Runner. That went out to Windrock too. So FJ40, 105, a Defender 110, a Mercedes back here, 190 SL. We got a big shop. We're capable and willing to do some work. So if he wants to make some upgrades, some mods to the Toyota, reach out, let us know. We are around and we are Car Cave. So my shop foreman on Friday night, this is how we roll. He's putting rock sliders on. Zach's over here working on something. So reach out, Car Cave.